Hello, beautiful learners. Hopefully, you're doing great, and I'm also good by the grace of Almighty. Today, we are going to practice with another IELTS listening with answers and proper explanation for beginner. I mean, just for level A1 and A2. And before going to start our class, just give me a few seconds to check out the sound quality, then I will start our class. Okay.
You will hear a number of different recordings, and you have to answer questions on what you hear. There'll be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played only once. The test is in 4 sections.
Okay, I hope you can hear me as well as the audio track. And so let's listen on the instruction from him as he was talking.
At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to your answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1.
Section 1.
So let's read the instruction. No more than 2 words and a number for each answer. Okay, so we are allowed to only 3 words and or number for each answer. Okay, just keep it in your mind. And okay, let's highlight keyword. Let's highlight keyword for question number 1. Okay, age. Okay, now we are going to listen and digit like age. Okay, let's listen it.
You will hear a conversation between a sociology student. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. Excuse me? Could you spare a minute, please?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I was in a world of my own. I didn't hear you there.
No problem. My name's Katie, and I'm a second-year sociology student. We're doing a research project on the importance of community centres to local residents. May I ask, are you a resident of Malton?
The answer is community centres. So, community centres has been written in the space. Now,
So this one was a sample one. Okay, let's move on to the real one.
we shall begin. You should answer.
Excuse me? Could you spare a minute, please?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I was in a world of my own. I didn't hear you there.
No problem. My name's Katie, and I'm a second-year sociology student. We're doing a research project on the importance of community centres to local residents. May I ask, are you a resident of Malton?
Yes, I am.
That's perfect. Would you mind answering some questions about the facilities you use? It won't take very long.
Of course. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Far away.
Great. Okay, the first questions are to do with you. So can I ask how old you are? We need to know for statistical purposes later.
Well, I'd like to say 16, but I'm 59. 60 next week.
59, but not 60, because he will be 60 next week. So the answer will be still 59. Okay, let's listen it for first code.
In fact.
Congratulations for next week. Now I just need your postcode and then we'll get started.
Right. Well, that's an easy one. It's HA87UP.
7A8HQP. Was that right?
No, my dear. It's H-A-H-7-U-P.
Right. Okay. Sorry for the confusion.
So I hope you got the answer, as he was saying on, and also she was repeating HAH7UP. Okay. Where computer facilities are already used where? Let's listen it.
That's quite all right. Now, what about these questions?
Yes, let's get started. So, one of the most important things we need to know is which of the facilities you already use.
Right, okay.
Okay. What about computer facilities? Do you currently use public computers anywhere in town?
Yes, I do. I go to my local library.
Great.
Go to local library. So local library would be the answer, or you can just write library. Okay, where sports facilities already used.
Just jotting that down. Okay. What about local sports facilities?
Yes, I get down to the swimming pool at least twice a week.
And
Swimming pool at least twice a week. So swimming pool would be the answer. Pool would be the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Education facilities already used where? Okay, let's listen it.
education facilities? Are you currently attending any courses?
Yes, I go to Spanish classes every Friday at the Further Education College.
That's great.
At the Further Education College. So the answer would be Further Education College, or you can just write college. Okay. Here's another instruction for us: no more than 3 words and a number for each answer. So we are allowed to just write 3 words and or a number. Okay. Improvements for the community center. Okay. New sports. Let's listen it.
I must say, you're
You
very...
hear the rest of the conversation. You have...
The net, that is.
I see. Well, I'll give it a go.
Well, firstly, I'd like to find out your views on sports facilities. Which sports do you think the community centre should offer that it doesn't already?
Well, I'm not going to say swimming, as there's no point having 2 pools in a town of this size. Let me think. What about yoga? I know it's very popular these days. Yes, yoga and badminton. Are you...
Yoga and badminton would be the answer. So, badminton and yoga. Badminton and yoga. Okay, let's listen for question number 7. Classes organized only for blah blah.
used to play, you know?
Really?
Yes, and I was quite good, though I'm probably a bit rusty now. It's been years.
Okay. Do you think the classes should be split into groups?
Yes, that's a good idea. I know that if there were classes only for pensioners, I'd definitely...
Classes only for pensioners. So the answer would be pensioners. Okay, pensioners. Let's move on. Education classes.
be more likely to play. I'm not as fast as I once was, you know.
Okay, I'll just write that down. Great. Now we're nearly done. I just need to ask you some questions about education. What kind of classes do you think the centre should offer that it doesn't already?
Well, I suppose the kind of thing that's no longer offered at the local college. Things like arts and crafts. Those kinds of...
Things like art and crafts. So the answer will be art and arts, crafts. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Willing to pay about blah blah pound per new classes. Let's listen it.
classes have now closed as they weren't financially viable, apparently.
Yes, I heard about that. It was such a shame. Those kinds of classes are so important for the psychological well-being of those most vulnerable in a community. Okay, I've written that down. Now I need to ask you whether you would be willing to pay for any of the services we were just talking about.
As long as it wasn't too much, I have nothing against contributing. Something like £2 per class seems like a reasonable rate for an old man like me.
Okay.
So £2 would be the answer, as he was saying. He was saying something like £2 per class seems like a reasonable rate. So £2. So you can just write 2 in a number or in a word. It's up to you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Possible frequency of visits if improvements made blah blah a week. Let's listen it.
And lastly then, I just need to know how regularly you think you will use the new facilities if the community centre makes the changes you have suggested.
Well, I'd say 3 times a week, which is more.
3 times a week. So 3 times, or you can just write these 3 in word, but I wrote it already in number. So 3 times with answer. Okay, so that's all about our today's lesson, because we are just looking for part 1 and just to help those who are beginner, I mean especially those who are just practicing IELTS for like level A1 and A2. So that's why I just solved part 1. Okay, so that's all about our today's lesson, and hope see you in the next class. Till then, bye.